Hi, in this video, we will see serialization and deserialization. Okay, and what is the purpose of serialization and deserialization in rest assured also we will discuss with one example. So first we'll see the theory, like what is serialization and deserialization. Okay, serialization and deserialization, okay, are very important concepts in the context of so in the context of data transmission. Okay, data transmission, comma storage, comma, and communication between different systems. Okay, serialization and deserialization, very important concepts. These are very important concepts in the context of data transmission, storage, and communication between different systems. So, in the context of REST APIs and in the context of REST APIs and the tools like rest assured. We cannot say rest assured is a tool, but it's okay. So the API is like rest assured. These concepts, okay, in the context of REST APIs and in the rest assured, these concepts are again crucial for handling the data. So handling the data in a format that can be easily sent over the network, and converted back, okay, and converted back into usable objects. Okay, in the context of this rest assured, these concepts are very crucial for handling the data in a format that can be easily sent over the network and converted back into the usable objects. Because of that, we'll do serialization and deserialization. Okay, so then what is serialization? Okay, what is serialization? First, we will see definition. Okay, the definition is serialization is the process of converting a Java object. It's a process of converting Java object into a format. Which format? That is a kind of example, JSON. JSON can be transmitted over the network easily. Okay, the JSON object into a format that can be easily transmitted over a network or saved to a file. So serialization is the process of converting Java object into a format. That format can be easily transmitted over a network or saved to a file. That is called serialization. Means from Java object to easily transmitted format. Okay. So what is the purpose of this? Okay. What is the purpose of this? The purpose is prepare data for transport or storage in a structured format. Okay. What is the purpose of this serialization is to prepare data for transport or storage in structured format. Okay. So when making a request to a REST API, okay, when you make a request to the REST API, data needs to be sent in a format that the server can understand. Right? When you're sending some data, the server will receive, but it should understand, right? So because of that, data needs to be sent in a form of server understandable language. Okay. So serialization converts Java objects into formats like JSON or XML. Okay, JSON or XML, which are commonly used in API communication. Right. Serialization is convert Java objects into JSON or XML, which are commonly used in API communication. So this is the this is the purpose. We'll use serialization from Java objects to JSON or XML. And then ease of transport. Okay, ease of transport. Serialized data. Okay, serialized data is often more compact and efficient for transport. Okay, and it reduces the amount of data sent over the network. Then obviously it will improve the improving performance. Right? It reduces the amount of data sent over the network. Because of that, it will improve the performance. Okay, this is ease of transport. And then interoperability. So interoperability means serialization allows so serialization allows for interoperability between systems using different programming languages. Right? So client might be using one kind of programming language and server may be using another kind of programming languages. Okay, so then what happens? JSON, for example, is a language agnostic format. It's a language agnostic format commonly used. Okay, commonly used for serialization. Okay, so interoperability means between the system using different programming languages. Let's assume client is using Java, server is using C#. Just an example. So if they both want to communicate each other, so in the form of JSON, both the programming languages can understand this JSON format. Right. Then with the help of serialization, you can convert that into that object into JSON format, and you can transport over the network. What is the purpose in rest assured? What is the purpose in rest assured? It is used when sending a request. Okay, when used in sending a request. So converting a POJO to JSON. Convert POJO to JSON to include it in the request body. Okay. What is the purpose of serialization in rest assured? It is used to send a request and converting from POJO to JSON. Then it can send. Okay. This is all about serialization. Then what is deserialization? Okay. We just discussed about serialization. Then what is deserialization? So again, what is the definition of deserialization? So deserialization is the process of converting Deserialization is the process of converting, okay, converting data in a structured format, that is from JSON to Java objects. So serialization means Java objects to JSON. Here, JSON to Java objects. The reverse of that. What it means? Means converting data from its serialized format back into a usable form. What is that? Example, Java objects. Okay, reverse of serialization. In simple terms, reverse of serialization. Okay, and what is the purpose? What is the purpose of this? Reconstruct Java objects from received data for easy manipulation and analysis. Easy manipulation and analysis. You got the data in the form of JSON. So then JSON to Java objects for easy manipulation and analysis. Okay. And then API response handling. Okay. API response handling. When an API responds, you send the data to the server and you got response. The data is typically serialized. That means, example, JSON. That is serialized. Okay. So deserialization, okay, deserialization is necessary here. Okay. Deserialization is necessary to convert this serialized data into usable Java objects for further analysis. Again, analysis and manipulation. Okay. The same thing, what we discussed in the definition, the same thing, purpose. API response handling, once you get the data from the server in the form of JSON, that you can deserialize into the Java objects for further analysis and manipulation. So data extraction. Okay, data extraction. Deserialization simplifies the extraction of specific information from a response. So deserialization, what it will do, it simplifies the extraction of the specific information from a response instead of manually parsing raw data. Okay. But you work with what you familiar with? Java objects. Familiar Java objects. Instead of raw data, you can work with the Java objects. Okay. So this is called data extraction. So object manipulation. Okay. What is object manipulation? Deserialization allows you to manipulate and work with the data in its original meaningful form. Okay. You can use the response data. You can use the response data as Java objects in your application. Okay, Java application. Then what is in rest assured? We have seen serialization, right? The same way, what is in rest assured? So used when receiving a response, when you're receiving a response, converting JSON response body to a POJO for easy extraction of data. It will convert from JSON to a POJO for easy extraction of data. Okay. So this is all about deserialization. Right. Deserialization. So we're discussing converting from this to that, that to this, something like that, right? We discussed so much what is serialization, purpose, and definition, data extraction, API response handling, what is in rest assured, something like that. But if you want in simple terms, okay, in simple terms, serialization means what? Serialization means Java, not Java, object to which form? JSON or XML. Deserialization means what? Reverse of that. Okay. Deserialization means what? JSON or XML to object. That's it. In simple terms, serialization means object to JSON. Deserialization means JSON to object. Okay. What are the use cases in rest assured? Okay. Use cases in rest assured. Request payload. So request payload. So serialization is used when constructing request payloads in rest assured. Right. When you construct payload. So what do you do here? You convert Java objects. What is the Java object? That is POJOs. Sorry. POJOs into JSON or XML to include in the body of post or put request, post or put request. Here, request payload means serialization is used when constructing request payload in rest assured. Then you can convert your POJOs into JSON or XML, and that can be included in the post or put request bodies. In the response handling, request payloads, and then response handling. Here, deserialization is used when handling API responses in rest assured. Okay. Here, what you'll do? You convert the serialized response body, that is, what is that? JSON or XML, whatever it is, into Java objects for easy extraction and analysis. Okay, this is the purpose. We will use serialization and deserialization in rest assured. Okay. So we have seen what is serialization and deserialization, and then what is the purpose in rest assured. Right. What is the purpose in rest assured? And we have taken some use cases, request payload and response handling. Okay. So with the help of examples, we will see. For that, we'll go to Eclipse. Okay. We'll go to the Eclipse, and here I will create one package, new package. I'll name it as serialization deserialization. Okay, serialization deserialization, finish. Inside this, first we'll see what is serialization. So for that, we need Pojo class, right? So Pojo class, will create one Pojo class. So as part of in previous video, we created person.java. You see that person Pojo. The same way, we will create a user. Okay, new class user. So inside the user, what fields will take? Will take private int ID, private string name, private string email, something like that. Now I need setters and getters. So right click, source, and then generate getters and setters, select all, create. That's it. I created a Pojo class, user Pojo class. Now I'll create in the package SC and DSC, right click, new class. I'll name it as rest assured serialization, rest assured serialization example. Okay, rest assured serialization example. Let me write a test, test engine, public void serialization example. Okay, so I have data in the form of Pojo. Serialization means I need to send this information to server. I need to convert that into what? JSON format. Okay, so for that, first rest assured dot base URI. What is that base URI? I'll take this one, JSON placeholder dot typecode.com. Then we'll create a user. We'll creating a new user, new user using user Pojo. How will create? User is equals to new user. Okay, I need to import this user. Okay, import user. Okay. So now user dot set name, user dot set name, I'll set Tom. Okay, and then user dot set email, so Tom @ gmail.com, something like that. Okay, so this much information is enough. ID we can give or we cannot, we don't need. So we'll see if it's not working, then we'll see. Okay, now sending a post request with the serialized user. Okay, so what is that? Rest assure dot given, rest assure dot given dot, what is this content type? The content type is content type dot JSON, right? We need to send JSON. Then dot body, what is the body contains? User information. This is serialization. What is that? Convert user to JSON, user Pojo. Okay, this is user, right? User Pojo to JSON, right? and then when it is dot when, what is that? Post. What is the slash users? This is the, you can directly give slash users here. Otherwise, you can put in the here also. And then status code is, I'm expecting 201. If it is successfully created the user with the post, then the status code is 201. Okay. So the data is in Pojo that we converted into JSON and we are sending, means this is called serialization. Okay. Right. Now if you try to run, it should pass. You see that it passed. If I put something 200 and if you run again, now it will fail. You see that expected status code is 200, but it was 200. Expected 200, but it was 201. It's getting 201, but I'm expecting 200, so it failed. So it's perfectly working. This is serialization from Pojo class to JSON and sending to the server and verifying the status code. Okay. The same way, we'll create another one, Java class, rest assured deserialization, deserialization example. Okay. So deserialization example. So now, the same way, test public void deserialization example. So inside this rest assured dot base URI is equals to same thing typecode.com. First we'll sending the get request. Okay, sending the get request to fetch the user details. That is, in the previous example, we created a user. That is the reason we use post request. Now we are getting the details. So first response. Okay, response is equals to rest assured dot get. Inside the get we will use, I'll get the first user information, users /1. Okay, this information I need to get. I got the response. Okay, response is in the form of what? So now we need to deserialize. Okay, deserialize the JSON response to the user Pojo. Okay, so response comes in the form of what? Okay, deserializing. So the response comes in the form of JSON. From the JSON, I'll convert into the Pojo. How you can do that? User, what is it? Fetched user. It fetched some user, right? That fetched user is response dot as, you can say user dot class. Okay, user dot class. We are converting into the response. We are converting into user object now. Means JSON to Pojo. User is a Pojo class, right? Response is in the form of this response in the form of JSON. From this JSON response as user dot class, if you give like this, it will give the user object. This user is what? Pojo. It comes in the form of Pojo. Now print the deserialized data. How can you do that? System.out.println fetched user ID. What is that? Fetched user dot get ID. Right. This is what we have in the Pojo. So another one is fetched user name, fetched user email. So get name, get email. Right. So if it is converted in the form of JSON to Pojo, then object dot I'm getting, right? If it is correctly converted, then you'll get the information which we got from as in the form of response, right? When you run this, it has to print perfectly. Then it is converted from JSON to Java object. You see that fetched user ID is 1. User ID we sent for 1 only, right? So obviously you'll get the 1. And fetched username is Liani Graham, and the email is some sensor, some whatever it is. You are getting the data, right? So you are successfully deserializing your data, okay, from JSON to Pojo. So here we are sending the request in the form of JSON. For that, this Pojo to we converted into JSON. Here the response we got in the form of JSON that we converted into user object, means Java object, and printing the data, retrieving the data. So this is what serialization and deserialization, and this is how you need to use in your REST assured. Okay. The same example we will see in the next session for the same post. How many ways you can create a body for the post. Okay, that in that video we will see the same thing. But again, whatever it is, this is all about serialization and deserialization in REST assured. Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for interesting updates. Thank you.